Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Evan Pender and I'm joined by my guest Gabriel Hockin.
Hello.
Who plays for Solent Tennis. How are you doing today, Gabe?
I'm doing great, mate. How are you?
That's good, I'm great, thank you.
Awesome.
What got you into tennis originally?
I think I was about 4 years old, living in Cornwall, and I grew up a lot of the time around my grandparents who always had tennis on. So yeah, that was a big thing, was watching Wimbledon growing up and really got into it then.
Oh, that's very sweet. Did they ever play? Did your parents play much?
I think my dad may have, but no, I think I may have been the first really to come through and actually play properly.
You ever train with your dad, or are you too good for him?
No, embarrassing, yeah, enough that he still beats me sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Well, what kind of level of competition did you play for down in Cornwall?
So in Cornwall, growing up, yeah, so I did start with just sort of casual training, and then I think I must have been about 6 years old, I got scouted, and then that was full on proper training then, and going into playing into the county, playing around the country, that sort of thing.
So did you ever dream of making the big leagues?
I did, yeah. It would have been a lot, but yeah, there's just so much to it, you know, especially when you're growing up, you've got all your studying to do, and you've got tennis, you've got to go around the country and keep training every single day, and you'll get injuries and stuff like that. There's so much to it.
It's a hell of a commitment. So you now play tennis up here. How is the difference in level of competition? Obviously you're younger then, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's a clear change. Obviously when you're growing up as a kid, everyone's still developing, so some people have more advantages than others and that sort of thing. But coming up to here, it's been quite nice because someone like me, he was playing until they were about 12, 13, and then dropped it and come back to tennis. A lot of people were like the same sort of thing. So the competition is pretty fair, I'd say.
So whereabouts do you play it here? Because it's not the greatest facilities in
No,
Southampton.
so it's a funny thing. So we have Uni of Southampton who have a lot of, I want to say support, and they have courts very, very close by. But for some reason at Solent, although we actually have public council tennis courts just across the road, we don't use them. We actually have to travel about an hour and a half commute almost out of Southampton just to play tennis.
That must take a lot of time and must hurt you financially.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I'm a third year, so every sort of bit of time I need to study. So an hour and a half on the bus there and then back is kind of a lot, but it is what it is.
You ever find yourself studying on the commute?
You know, I have done on the train station before.
Yeah. So you ran the team here, right? You started up, made it...
That's right, yeah. So when I joined up, so obviously in the first year we had COVID, so no one was really playing, but in the second year, all the people that used to play actually left. So I helped, it was me and my friend became captain, I became the sort of socials aspect of it all, which was very fun.
See, tennis isn't the most popular, so did you struggle getting up and going?
Yeah, we did. Again, because we're in the south, I think it's a bit more popular, but being in Solent, especially football gets more, and basketball gets more priority, I would say.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time, Gabe. You're a brilliant guest. So it's time for a short break now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with more news and interviews. Thank you. We're here outside St Mary's, where they've just sacked Ralf Hasenhüttl. The Austrian manager left them in 19th place with 12 points after 15 games. With the appointment of Nathan Jones from Luton, we'll see if he can bring his inventive and attacking football to the Premier League. He narrowly missed out on promotion with Luton last year via the playoffs, with a loss to Huddersfield. This season he's left them in 9th place, and we'll see if he can bring his good football to Brighton on Boxing Day.
Evan Pender is down at the TD Garden Arena. How have the Celtics been doing this season?
They've had a great start to the season. We weren't sure if they were going to do so well due to their manager, or head coach, being sacked just before the season started, Ime Udoka. However, interim boss Joe Mazzulla has put them off to a great start. They're 19-5 to start the season. They're on track to beat what they had last year, which was 51-31. They are sitting comfortably top of the Eastern Conference ahead of the Bucks. in their form is brilliant at the minute, so I'm pretty sure they'll continue. They're 8-2 in the last 10.
And what have been the reasons for their success?
Well, their two stars, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, have been leading the NBA in duo scorers this season. Jason Tatum himself is first in the MVP candidate list. He's averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds and 4 assists, as well as Jaylen Brown averaging 27 points, 7 rebounds and 3 assists.
And what do they need to do this season to go one step further and win the NBA Finals?
This year they've really dabbled in the market and they've got themselves a brilliant player off the bench. They went to the Indiana Pacers and they got Malcolm Brogdon, former Rookie of the Year. This season so far he's averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and that's just off the bench. Also, with the addition of Rob Williams being back for the entirety of the playoffs this year, I'm sure they'll be able to put a good mark on the season. If they can keep their form up right now, they'll sit top for the playoffs, they'll have an easier run, and I think they'll definitely fancy their chances. Their depth this year has been improved massively, so as long as they can keep their players fit this time, they'll be able to win the finals. Last year they fell just short, losing to the Golden State Warriors 4-2.
Thank you very much, Evan.